Hello, people of the internet. So today we're going to do a stupid project. We're going to add a side discharge to my push mower that does not have a side discharge. It was originally a mulcher or bagger. I never used the bagging when I was at my previous property, and I sold it because I never used that function. The grass just stays wetter here than it did where I'm from. And so as a mulcher, the unit plugs up nonstop and becomes very difficult and time consuming to mow grass. You have a small window at the end of the day where most of the water is burned off, and it just gets annoying. I like to get my mowing done in the morning and not have to worry about it the rest of the day. So that's what we're going to do. I don't feel like buying another mower. If anybody hasn't learned it by now, I'm a little cheap. So I've got some bits and bobs, and if it doesn't work, which I've seen people do this before, I know it works in theory. If it doesn't work on this mower, I can always just weld a piece back in and, go out and waste my pennies on a new mower. But let's see what we got to do. All right. So have a assortment of things, rivets, drills, hand riveter. One day I'll get fancy and get one of those P pneumatic ones, but I don't have that. Drill bit, 4.5-inch angle grinder, measuring device, drawing device, bending device, other bending device, cutting device, and ANSI approved cut resistant gloves. Those are worth the investment if you don't have any and you do a lot of sheet metal work. They really are. Kneeling pad because I'm old. And so the basic idea is, I'm sure everybody's seen a side eject mower. But I drew out a rough, this is like 3.5 inches tall and about 7 inches wide. And I just followed the line. It doesn't have to be super duper perfect for this sort of thing. You just want it good. Now I've got some thin aluminum. I think that's like 20, I think it's like 20 or 22 gauge. And I will bend up a little deflector chute to come out the side. Just, you don't want anybody to accidentally get their foot in there. Some of you may not know those people, but back when I was growing up, there was always one or two kids that a little bit missing a toe. So, yeah. Lay out how you want your hole. Like I said, this is what I've got. It's about 3.5 by 7. I'm going to drill the corners and cut as best I can with the angle grinder. You may want to lift this, get it higher. I might even find that I'm going to have to put it up on jack stands. It's going to depend right now. But that's pretty much where we're at. It's quick and easy. I'm going to put a couple rivets across the top when I build the shield, and then I'll probably bend a tab on either side to rivet in, and it's just going to be a basic shield. It's going to come out. It's going to have a flat on the front and the back part of it, so it'll be three-sided, this way, and this way, and then it'll just be open the rest of the way. I am going to leave this lip, excuse me, that's a lip. I was originally going to cut it all the way out, and then I was going to form it up with some rod to strengthen it and provide some structure. But my hardware store was out of anything smaller than like 1/2-inch rod, and that's a bit overkill and excessive. And I did not feel like driving the 45 minutes to the metal store to get a $3 piece of rod or whatever it is. That's a little waste of everything. So I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put it on hyperlapse. This is probably just going to be a quick video anyway. But put it on hyperlapse, and we will do what needs to be done. All right, so I decided I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover here and give that a shot, see how things are. I'm just moving stuff around, prepping my work area. Something that I'd forgotten to mention at this point is that you should definitely disconnect your spark plug before doing this, and position your blade in such a way that you're not going to come into contact with it as you're drilling, cutting, and doing any of that sort of maneuvering. But other than that, there's very little preparation needed for this job. Here I am. I'm gonna drill out my 4 corners for the hole, and then I'm gonna cut it out with the grinder, and we're gonna, see what we have after that. Now I'm just cleaning out some of the goop that I kind of missed when I did my initial clean out underneath here. This stuff packs up pretty quick in this kind of a mower, so you have to clean it pretty regularly. So that's all I'm doing there, is just kind of touching up with that. And now I'm going to break out my cordless file, because I didn't feel like doing it by hand. You can do it with a hand file. And I'm just going to knock down some of the edges just to make it a little bit smoother and a little bit nicer. Here I'm just getting ready to start cutting the aluminum sheet to make the deflector or shield or whatever you want to call it. And I do not do this properly, so in a moment we will see me actually doing it in a much better way. And so enjoy the screw ups. It's fun. Not everything is done right the first time. All right, so now we're over at the metal table after I figured out that I had not, I didn't cut my measurement. I saw that little piece hanging off and I was like, oh, hey, this is the right depth, and didn't take into consideration that it was not wide enough for me to get the down bends on it to make the other 2 sides. It was enough to make a top, but not 2 sides. So I'm kind of changing up measuring devices, and I'll change up cutting devices and things like that, because it just makes my life a little bit easier. But yeah, sometimes you make mistakes, you don't think everything through. I'm doing this on the fly, and so this wasn't like a really in-depth planned out project. So hopefully, take your time, do it right the first time. You won't make as many mistakes as I do, and you'll probably be happier with the outcome. Okay, and so we're back at the mower. I'm doing my touch-ups on it. I'm bending over the side mount, ears, flaps, whatever you want to call them. And then I'm going to start mounting everything to the mower. Just using rivets, nothing super fancy, aluminum 3/16 pull rivets. And do end up just kind of working it in a little bit with a ball peen. Nothing fancy, just, you know, trying to even it up. I also soften up the corners on the plate that goes over the top portion. Just give them a nice little round over, and I think it looks better. I know the whole thing looks kind of odd and crazy, but I think it looks a little bit better with the round overs. So, you know, back to putting it together. All right, and I lied. I didn't do hyperlapse. I just sped up the footage. So this is it. Yes, it is ugly. It is not pretty. Should be pretty well functional though. You can do a better job making it even. The first piece that you saw me cut, I hadn't taken into consideration the depth of the sides here properly, and so I just backed up, regrouped, went to my table, laid it out at the table. Nothing fancy. It's got about, what is it, 7 rivets holding it in place, 3 at the top, 2 on each side. And that's all the goop that came out just while I was messing around with it. Now I guess it's going to be time. My helper had good timing. He just came out. So I think now it's going to be, let's go test it, see how the chute works. And here we go, just using it in some grass. Got the helper filming. He's having a little bit of trouble staying on target, but he's getting better and it's working out. The chute works 100% perfect. You can see I'm going through this tall scrub. This is an area that I generally mow. I'm more worried about my fenced-in yard, but this was a close to the garage area with really tall grass, and so figured it was the best place to try it out. But it does actually work. It shoots everything out of the side for perfectly fine, and that's all. All right. Hopefully that came through pretty well. I was having my helper help me. He really likes doing video stuff, so it's always good. But yes, it is ejecting material out the side like I want. That's great. You can see chickens are upset because the lawnmower's out, but cut through that tall stuff pretty good. And yeah, so that's how you completely destroy your lawnmower. For no, it's not destroyed. Hold on a sec. It's not destroyed, but it was a free. You know, already had all the materials and stuff like that, and it sure beats going out and buying one of those disposable push mowers at Walmart or any of the big box stores. And I really just didn't spend feel like spending a couple grand on a really good one with a side eject. You know, if I'm going to replace this, I'm going to replace it with one that I don't need to worry about for a good number of years. So that would be a new quality model, maybe even, you know, something the prosumer to light commercial range. That's just how I like to do stuff. So hopefully somebody's entertained, and maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. But yes, if you have like a recycler mower, a mulching mower, or a bagger that does not have a side eject, you just cut a hole in the side of it. The chute is optional. I'm gonna test it out like this for a little while. I was thinking about cutting an angle on it just to make it look a little better than what it does. But for right now, it works, it's functional, and I'm happy with it. So yeah, get out, have fun, go do something you like.